Hi guys, it's been a while since I made a Flosstube video and I seem to be saying this every video, but yeah, here it is. Here I am again. I did not lose my stitchy bug in all this time that I did not film a video. I just didn't take the time to make a video. I have been posting a little bit on the Stitch Mania Facebook group, but not too much. But either way, I wanted to catch up on what I've been doing for the last 6 months since the beginning of the year, and some of the projects that I finished and some of the projects I plan to do in the next 6 months of the year. So without further ado, I guess I will first show you some of the projects I finished, which is actually already quite a lot. I think I'm up to 7 or 8 projects finished this year already. Mostly they've been small. I seem to be into a real kick of Mill Hill kits. I love Christmas and I love their Christmas ornaments, so you will see a lot of those. But the first one I have finished this year, which I've not fully finished, is this ornament by Mill Hill. Wait, I need to have something to hold behind. Let's see. Yes, this is better. This is not the nicest. Don't look at this back yet. This is Tombstone by Mill Hill. Very easy thing to do. Finished it in a couple of nights. Yeah, I just have to finish it into a Halloween ornament and then it's done. Then you already saw the hideous back of this, and yeah, I taped this. Sorry. But this is a finish where I'm very proud of. It took me super long to do. Don't know why, because the stitching is fairly straightforward, but it is April by the Prairie Schooler. And this is loose thread, which should go out, but yeah. My plan for this is to do it Priscilla and Chelsea style, in that I want to do a magnet on the back here and then get some sort of box or maybe a cool frame where I can just exchange them out every year. Obviously April is now already over. I think that these will take me over a month each to stitch, so I'm not trying to finish them all this year. I've finished April now and I am not working on any other one right now. So 1 down, 11 to go. Don't know when I'll finish these, but kind of like this. And now just finding a way to display them in my home. The next one, the next two actually, I already have fully finished. The first one is the Let It Snow Dimensions Ornaments Kit. Don't know if it's actually called this, but I'm figuring yes, because it says Let It Snow. I make my ornaments, this is plastic, and I make my ornaments by using some of the leftover thread, usually one of the colors that is left over in the kit. I'm gluing this with special fabric glue onto the back. In this case I did it through the front first because they especially made a hole. And then I glue felt over it and then just trim it. It's a very easy way to make these ornaments, like to finish them like this. And the second one is another cutie Mill Hill kit, and this is Ho Ho Santa. And I don't know if you can tell, but that is a crazy amount of beads in the beard and here up there. Yes, that was a lot of beads for such a small one. But yeah, another one. And then another Christmas ornament I finished is this one. This was the latest I finished. And this is called For Santa. Like the candy cane, the sock, the mug, plate with a cookie. Especially like these bigger embellishments, they're cool. And I do have to still make this into an ornament. And in case you didn't know that I like these, here is my stack of other Christmas ornament that I've already finished. And basically all of them are Mill Hills, either Santa's or I also have a couple by Dimensions, like this one, Ho Ho Ho. And I have these ones, which I already showed you at some point. And I do this every year too. Collect all of my orts and put them in a nice ball with all the funny colors. I have one more at my parents' home, which I need to bring over here. But anyway, this is what I do with my ornaments. I cannot wait to put them in the Christmas tree. My last Christmas tree in December only had 4, but I have around 15 now. And this was the very first one I made. Really like these Dimensions ones. This one I actually stitched all the way around, but I don't think that would be necessary anymore. So, 4 Mill Hills this year so far. And the next finish is also a small one. Let's see, I can hold this behind. This is Summer Sparkler Party by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And you probably can't tell, but there is some silver thread throughout all the white. Yeah, it was a very fun stitch. Didn't take me long at all. I do not know at all what kind of fabric this is. I bought this in a secondhand store. It's a light gray linen and was just something to put this on. I think the colors match good though. And then this one is the last one I have here to show you, and this is A Mother's Pride by Dimensions. And if you've been watching my Flosstube videos from before, you know that I finished what I call the companion piece to this, which is called Tiger's Cub, I guess, which is a tiger, obviously tiger cub. It's the same size, and I finished it last year. I framed it and gave it to my mother for her birthday last year. So my plan was originally to also give this to her, but I'm kind of leaning towards keeping this for myself because I seem to be keeping only the Christmas ornaments for myself. Up until this point. I always thought that I mostly stitched for myself, but usually in the process of making something, I think, oh, I could give this to my grandmother or my father or my sisters, which I then do, and I don't keep so many bigger things for myself. So I would like to keep this. I would get it professionally framed like the other one, because with the other one I picked like a very nice sand colored mat to go with this, so would very much like to keep it. And as you can see, because of all the 10 stitch in the background, the fabric gets distorted. It gets a little bit crooked, but the framer managed to make it square again, so I hope she can do this with this one too. And then one other finish I had was a project, Let's Visit Canada by Ursula Michael. And it was meant to be a present for my sister for her birthday. She turned 22 on the 14th of June, so just 2.5 weeks ago. And I had it done way on time. I had it done 3 weeks before her birthday, so I was really pleased with that. The only thing that needed to be done was to get it framed, and I have a framer at home, and this, I don't come home so often. It's about 2.5 hours, 2 hours by car, 2.5 hours by train, which means I only get to go about once a month, if that. So my mother had the brilliant idea to let me already send the finished piece into the mail so that she could frame it for me already, so that it would be ready when my sister had her birthday. And you already feel coming. I sent it over 2 weeks ago, over 3 weeks ago, and it still has not arrived. And this is so shit. Note to self, never, ever, 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 ever send cross-stitch pieces in the mail ever again without getting a track and trace. I just did it in an envelope and mailed it as normal post because it fit in just like a very small envelope, and it was the dumbest mistake, the dumbest decision I've ever made. So I hope it turns up someday, but I'm afraid it's lost forever, so at some point I will have to remake it, but right now I don't have the courage yet. I have the pictures though they are nice, but yeah. Don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with this whole dilemma. I really hope it turns up. So then I guess I'll show you some haul. You just saw Ho Ho Santa, and what I very much like about the mail kits, first of all, they're done so quickly. 2-3 days, sometimes 5 if you have the bigger Santas, but at least you know that you can do one finished project in a week, and even you can fully finish them in the same day that you finish them. And Mill Hill has an incredible amount of Christmas ornament for me to stitch. I can stitch only Mill Hill ornaments until the day I die, and then still did not stitch all the Mill Hills. Unless they stop making kits, like now, then maybe I have enough time to do them all. But anyway, I recently did my first order at 123 Stitch. As you might know, I live in Europe. I live in Germany. Usually I order my supplies at so-and-so, because this is, Europe-wise, I find the easiest and the cheapest to get something. I have not ventured out into other stores. I know that there's one German web store, but I know that they're significantly more expensive than so-and-so, although they do have some things that so-and-so doesn't have. I have yet to order anything from Lakeside Needlecraft. I might look there next time I order something. But anyway, I know that especially DMC and Kreinik and some of the other threads I needed for a future project were cheaper in the States. And even though I know that the shipping that would come on top would be around $16, $17, it would still overall be cheaper to order there. So what I've been doing for the last 2 months, 3 months, since I saw that I was spending a disproportionate amount of money on things to stitch while I was not finishing projects, I started doing Stitch from Stash. I'm totally making my own rules. My first month I gave myself a budget of 25 euros, and every subsequent month I only give myself 10. And obviously I get money as I finish things. I have been very lucky as I've been finishing a lot of projects in the last 3 months. So at some point I was up to almost 80 euros. So I felt confident that I could order something at 123 Stitch and still stay within my allocated Stitch for Stash budget. So, long story short, I ordered from there. Everything was fine. It took forever, though, for the package to get here. Since the day that I got the email that I was sent, I've been stalking the USPS website to see when it got here. And then at some point, I saw that it was in Frankfurt. I was super happy. This meant it was literally an hour and a half away from me. And then it still did not come, and it still did not come. And then I got the dreaded letter that the Zoll, which is the customs office, took my package, and if I would kindly pick it up all the way on the other side of Cologne, on the other side of the Rhine, which is literally over an hour away for me. I live in the northwest of Cologne, and they wanted to pick let me pick up the package all the way in the Southeast. And I just had a week to do it. Otherwise, they would send it back to the States. No way I was going to let that happen. So on the very last day that I could pick it up, I went there, super hot day, took forever in the waiting room, and then they made me open the package, then made me show everything what was in there, and then made me pay 19% taxes because I have to pay German taxes. Even though I'm very sure that I can buy up to a certain amount tax-free. But anyway, it worked. Next time I will probably let it send to the Netherlands because I know I can order for up to 450 euros without having to pay taxes. So I will do that next time because I don't want to go all the way to the other end of the city and then pay 19% taxes. And then I found out that they also sent me wrong. Anyway, it was an adventure getting that package. However, all the other things that were in there were perfect, and I'm very happy that I got them for a much better price than I would have gotten them at so-and-so. Don't get me wrong, I love ordering from them. So-and-so has a great service. They're always fast. Just, it's cheaper at 1-2-3 Stitch. Anyway, I started with the Ho Santa because of, I wanted to show you this one I bought, which is from the same line, from the same year, Jingle Bell Santa. I will just get this out because Jingle Bell Santa. And what I love that Mill Hill does is on the back, usually they bring out a series, which is 3 or 6 designs, and I try to collect all the designs in one series. So I already did this one, the Ho Santa. Oh, I don't know if you can see this. Hope it focuses. And now I'm doing, or bought, Jingle Bell Santa. And I've been trying to do this for the other lines that I already stitched one or more ornaments from. And these are very cheap. They're $8, which I find very good value. I'm trying to put this back in. By the way, I never finish them as the pins that they tell me they are. I just use the magnets for my needles so that I don't lose them. Another kit that I ordered is Dimensions Gold Collection's Petite's Bells ornament. Because like I said, I also very much like their Christmas ornaments. And then I also ordered 2 patterns from the Prairie Schooler. I already stitched April. I already had this. I bought this at the World in Stitches in Littleton, Massachusetts when I was in America last year, but now I got February. Like that you can also really do this individually. Also, I plan for April at some point to also stitch the smaller one, but first I want to do all the big ones. And the other one I got was June. So right now I have, let me see, trying to order this like really quickly. Right now I have 5, January, February, April, May, and June. And I have one more Prairie Schooler, and this is Bump in the Night. So I have 7 more for me to buy. Some other things I got, which I've already showed you because I use it as my background, is Mill Hill perforated paper in antique brown. I did not realize that they actually give you A4 sheets, which is winning in my book, because I was kitting up my 2 future projects, which are, I should say, Annie the Autumn Witch by Brooks Books, and I already had the chart, but I did not have the perforated paper, the beads, or the Krennic. I probably did have the beads from all the Milho kits, but I was not sure if it was the exact right color, so I just got a box because, I mean, they're cheap. Oh, sorry for the glare. Yeah, there it is. These are just white beads. Could have probably used the ones I had, but that's fine. And then I got 2 spools of 1/8 inch ribbon. One is called Brocade and one is called Oregano. Very cool colors. And then I ordered 4 spools of fine braid. So this is the number 8s, and I got 3 8s and 1 4. I guess I will use the 4 anyway because I don't want to send this one all the way back and then have to go get a new one, and then they won't send it to my house, and then I have to get it picked up at this weird customs office again at the other end of the city. So won't do that. It's fine. People make mistakes. It can happen. But yeah, this is all the other colors for Any the Autumn Witch, which means I am completely done with kitting this one up. I also ordered 3 more DMC colors for this one, but they're boring. They're just 2 greens and a beigey color. So this is sitting there for soon, the future, but probably gonna be started this month. Then the other project I kitted up was from the Heartstring Samplery. Oh, you see in the background, England has just scored against Colombia. I'm watching, or I'm not watching, it's just on the screen behind my video screen. I'm watching the last, what is this? The group of 32? No. The last 16? Yeah. The last 16th finale? I don't know. Do you call them that? Don't know. But anyway, it's England versus Colombia. By the time I upload this will have been played. So let me know who won. Probably I've saw it myself too, but you can still tell me. Anyway, oh, this is also so glary. Anyway, Heartstring Samplery Winter Snow Stocking Ornament 2. I have never stitched anything by the Heartstring Samplery. And it's a Christmas ornament, so what else do I need to tell you? I mean, it looks cool. Don't need too many, I didn't need too many supplies for this. This was actually pretty low budget, luckily. Because, I mean, Brooks Books makes awesome projects. I really like them. But considering I had to order beads and how many? 6 spools of Krennic? This is expensive. And I hope, and I probably will, reuse the leftover colors for another project, but just realizing that if you don't have the colors and you have to order them, these projects can get expensive. But this one was fairly easy to kit up. I bought 36 count flax Edinburgh linen. Yeah, okay, here's a good sort of idea of what color this is. Beigey, natural oatmeal kind of color. Wanted to have something close to the color that they recommended. And then the only other 2 things I needed, oh, I dropped something, yeah, were 2 skeins from Weeks Dye Works. And this is 1302 Pelican Gray. And this is 1300 Seagull, more silvery. Just put them next to each other, silver and, yeah, really like a gray. So only these 2 on the linen I bought, and this should be a fairly quick project. It's not big at all. So these 2 projects are going to come up soon, hopefully starting them this month. And then, of course, oh no, I still have one more thing to show you, because this project I've been kitting up since Christmas, not last year, but the year before, so Christmas 2016. And as you can see, it's not much yet. Because I'm slowly but surely getting up the Venice Mandala by Chatelaine, which I really, really, really want to stitch. But that thing is expensive as... Yeah, fill in any curse word here. So, every time, or most times when I order something a little bit larger, a larger order, I try to do 1 or 2 items with it that I stick in this bag. So I already had Anchor Marlet Black, which is really weird stuff, but looks kind of cool, and Gloriana's Jewel Turquoise, which is absolutely gorgeous. But these puppies are $7 each. Yes, $7. And I need about 20 colors. Whew. And then I also already had PB1 from Petite Treasure Braid and PB4. Oh, you cannot even see it. It's so aggressive here, PB4. So this order, I ordered another PB1. So now I have 2. And I need about 4 for the whole project. And I ordered another Gloriana, and this one is Silver Fox. Trying to see where it's nice. Yeah. It's grayer in real life than it is on camera, but it's pretty. Especially in combination with the turquoise. So, let's see. I have to stitch an inordinate amount of things this year and finish them so that I can buy the rest of the supplies, but a girl can hope. And then, yeah, the projects I'm currently working on, which is, what else? A molehill ornament. And I actually started this only last night, I think. And I hope to finish this today, if not tomorrow. And this is Frosty Presents. I don't know. Yeah, this is, I guess, the best you can see. I just have the present to finish here and fill in some beads here in the middle and then do some ornamental knickknacks. This is what it should look like at the end. Mine is looking still a little bit empty. And then the other project I'm working on, which I made very much, I wanted to say, where I made a lot of progress on in the month of June. Yeah, and this was actually a thing. In May, I finished 5 projects. It was a couple of projects that were fast ornaments, and for example, the Mother's Pride that I only had to do a little bit of. So 5 projects, which gave me a lot of stitching money. And then in June, I did not want to start anything new. Small things are fine, but I have some larger projects that usually I've stitched on for under 5 hours and they still have so much more to go. So I decided to just pick one project from the stack, and first my idea was to just stitch on it for 10 hours and then change, but I really got into it, so I decided to continue. Then I was away for a couple days and I didn't bring it, so right now it's fallen by the wayside a little bit again, but I made a lot of progress on it anyway. First of all, I guess I'll show you. This is Wacky Witches and Stitches by Clouds Factory. When I started stitching on it when I picked it back up, I should say, I had only stitched the middle and the middle tower from the windows down, this and this. Not the grass, a little bit of this part, but this was basically it, nothing else. And in the rest of the month, I managed to finish the block here in the middle I started with, and then I just worked my way around. So yeah, up this block is also finished completely. So now I'm working on this middle section, filling in the W and E, and then slowly moving around and finishing the other side. So yeah, I'm very, very, very happy with the progress on this. But I will say this will be another 3 weeks of continuous work, which right now I first want to finish this Mill Hill kit, and then I decide if I go back to this one or if I start the stocking or any of the Autumn Witch. But I would find it very awesome if I could finish this at least before Halloween this year. Anyway, this I'm doing on a fabric by Crafty Kitten. It's Lavender Haze, and I want to say it's on 28 count Jovelin. Pretty sure it is. Maybe 32. 28. No, this does not look like... I'm doing over 2, and this does not look like 14 count to me. So I'm gonna say 32 count. Yeah, 32 count Lavender Haze from the Crafty Kitten. Anyway, yeah, so this was everything I had to tell you now. So, like I already shortly hinted at, my plans for the rest of the month are at least to finish the snowman ornament, which should be done fairly soon. Then either go back to my Halloween Wacky Witches piece and at least get sort of the top done, the Halloween letters and maybe the middle square. I might actually make it a goal to finish the middle square and the uppermost left square before I go in and start either Heartstring Samplery, Snow Stocking, or any of the Autumn Witch. Which I think I will do the Snow Stocking first because I really think this will be a very fast stitch, and then any of the Autumn Witch. But you will have to wait and see. I can change my mind at any time. I stopped making plans. I wanted to follow the... I really love the sals that Stitch Mania comes up with, and I tried to participate in Stitch Mania by changing whips every day, but I just cannot do it. I just cannot do it at all. It's just way too hectic, so I stopped doing that. And I just feel more comfortable working on one project for a longer amount of time. Still having other projects on the go though, but just sort of focusing for a little bit on one project until I have enough of it. So, yeah, this was it for now. Like I said before, I've done this a couple times where I made a video out of the blue after a long period away. I very much hope to be back within the first couple days of August and show you a whole bunch of progress on some of the projects that I showed today, and maybe perhaps some other ones that are still lurking in my whip pile. So this was it for today, and guess see you next time. Bye!